Good morning, guys. Mike back here with you on Bodine Farms. So guys, listen, it's been an eventful month or so for us. We've been to the state fair and showing animals and all that good stuff and meeting people and enjoying ourselves there. And so we're back to it here again and just kind of back to normal, I guess. And so we've got the farrowing barn here that we've been having, you know, we've had our litters in, you guys have seen a couple times. And we have weaned off the mothers and all that good stuff. Actually, they're all out here right now. And so we're reconditioning these girls here. Except for that plump thing back here, she's pregnant. But she was in a different group, so kind of disregard her. And also I just brought in a little while ago Laura, which is our registered Hampshire that we have, and I don't know what to make out of her. She has a huge belly, which seems like all the time, and her vulva is swelled up really big. So I don't know, we've toned her with the preg tone, and it came back before and she wasn't pregnant, and so I don't know. We're I put her in here. I figure within the next, I don't know, 10 days, I should figure something out. Is either her vulva is going to be back down because she's in heat, or she's pregnant, and that's what we've been wanting. So I actually want to keep, we had actually bred her to our registered Berkshire boar, and I've been really wanting to get replacement, at least a replacement boar out of her. Between that cross, and so just haven't been lucky yet to get it. So I don't know, we're still waiting off. If Laura doesn't do it this time, unfortunately we're going to call her out of the herd. She's been here much too long without producing an income for us. So but if she can give me a boar, I'll be really happy. So let me show you guys here. This is actually a group, so we put all the groups kind of together somewhat. And this is actually all of the runts out of all 7 of the litters that we had. And this group right here, we are going ahead and actually helping stimulate things in the feed and the water, giving probiotics and stuff like that in their water, actually giving a top dressing on their feed, and really just trying to get them guys. We got vitamins running in our medicator back there. If you guys can see that whole water system back here. So we got vitamins and stuff running in that. It's actually a let's see, it's a vitamin E, K, A, and D3, I believe is what it is. So we're running that right now. Here's another group here. These guys are these are like the medium builds here, and have done really good. I believe this is going to be a group that's actually going to go up for sale. And then I get to my fun problematic group here, which these guys are actually going to go out onto my pasture. And so just a quick little insight here. You guys have seen, if you're watching the channel, you've kind of seen groups of pigs that we might bring in, and it might be, you know, most of the time it's the sows and stuff like that, but we bring the group in, and we always have one that just wants to run their water. They figure that stuff out pretty early. So in this farrowing pen here behind me, we went ahead and I kept swearing. I was like, all right, it's got to be leaking. It's got to be leaking. They're not messing with it as bad. So I've taken the nipple out twice, readjusted it, and then actually 2 days ago, I ended up moving them over to a whole different stall, and figuring that, you know, I just got to let this thing dry up. And so anyway, let's just here's the other stall. I don't know if you guys can see that. This was the other stall. I moved them over thinking that you know, maybe the nipple's leaking at nighttime or something. And this is like 20 minutes over here right now. I think I've had them over now just for 20 minutes, and this is what they've already done to this stall. And you can see how much of a mess they are. So they just keep running the water nipple, and there's a lower one back over here, and they keep running that nipple, and I don't know, they've let's see if this one does it. some of them are good. I think that it might be a select few that keep doing this and creating a mess for the rest of them. But either way, that group is actually going to go out on our pasture, and we're going to finish those guys out. So here very shortly, probably tomorrow, I'm going to be moving them guys. So you know, like I say, we always have a group like this that just this is the kind of stuff they do. They're pigs, they're bored, and they're just looking for things to get into, I guess. So, and then finally here is our last group, and these guys here, they've been doing very well. This is a mixed group just by size again, and these guys are doing fairly well too. So a couple of these groups we're probably going to be posting up for sale right here in our local area. So if you guys are watching, I know we've had a bunch of phone calls on piglets and stuff like that we're going to be getting back with everybody, and everything's ready to go. So just follow us here for that. That should be coming up here within the next week. I always like to, these guys are 9 weeks old, and I like to give them at least 2 weeks here on the farm after weaning, you know, if not even into the 3rd week. And the only reason is just because I want them to have a really good start. I want these guys to go out. We worm them before they leave the property and stuff like that. So, you know, that's the goal. And typically with weaning, we find within the first 2 weeks after weaning is really where you kind of get your you know, want to call them starve outs, or what it is, just the ones that just don't, you know, they don't see it through. Fortunately for us, I mean, this group has been really, really good. We have lost, I believe, 4 in total. So over the past 2 weeks, you know, we've lost 4 in total. That's not very bad. So actually our mortality rate here is really good. And I think the combination of stuff that we're doing between top dressing different feeds and running the extra vitamins in the water, getting everything wormed at the right times, I think that's actually doing it. So we're off to a good start, and I'm going to take you guys around. We got some more stuff to do today. We're going to check on to the pigs that are already out in the pasture, just see how those guys are doing. So stay with us here, guys, and we'll be back. So here we are back out on this one pasture here we had for the sows, that we had just a bunch of growth over here without these sows kind of getting at it. So they're starting to work at it a little bit, but I tell you, they're just they're doing a lot of laying these days. So we're continuing to go ahead and let them have it. It's a good source of shade for them, honestly, and there's only a couple that are laying over here. Most of the other sows are actually out in the area just kind of laying down. So we're just going to continue to let them have it, continue to have that root base in the ground, and see how it goes. So we've got one dipped in the pool here. You guys see her? She's found a nice shady spot here, and she's got herself nice and cooled down. So here we are back out on the pasture that we have put in place, and actually we added it's a little hard to see, but there's a hay wagon down there. We actually added that for some additional shade where the wind could really get up on them and stuff like that. But right now we had a nice 1.5 inch rain the other night, so their huts are filled with water. What do you think, pigs? Huh? These guys are growing really good right here right now. We've got a good week of nice weather coming up here in the 80s. Matter of fact, this morning is just beautiful. You know, and I believe we start today, and I think for the next 6 or 7 days or so, we're going to be in the 80s, which these pigs are really going to enjoy. I do expect to see some pop and weights and things like that over the next 2 weeks. So these guys are going to be up and active a lot more than what they have been. Where are we going, pigs? Why we don't want pigs? Oh my, everybody wants to get in the camera. Ow, ow. He bit me. Good grief. Everybody looking good. No biting. This is Pepper. This one was actually supposed to be a fair pig who just was really held back on weight. You're the biter. You need to stop biting. So anyway, like I was saying, we've got a you guys see that in there? We've got a nice fill of water here in our huts, and with that being shaded and stuff like that, we're just going to leave it be. As it gets colder and things like that, we would actually generally move the huts out of the way and give them a fresh start for them to lay in and stuff like that. But when it's hot and the sun's beating on them and stuff, we just like to keep that nice and cool. So that's kind of the idea. I'm just kind of taking a walk around right now. Most all the pigs are over there. We did take these huts with all the heat, and they have these little windows, and these are just they're porta huts, and they have these little windows where you can kind of bend down. It's a metal, so bent that down to go ahead and actually keep airflow through them, because the first day I didn't realize it was so hot in them. I had actually climbed in to just see how it was, and to my surprise, it was definitely, even though it's shaded, it was very hot in that thing. So we got those things taken down, and again, that's why I'm letting them go ahead and just go ahead and have some water in them. So, but they're doing good out here. They are eating at the grass. I've noticed as it has cooled down a little bit, they do move around a little bit more, and they start eating a little more. So the dead of summer there, when it's really hot, it does slow you down on your production. So, but they're doing good. So I just wanted to take you guys back around the pastures. They're really getting some regrowth, and even the pasture here that we had temporarily fenced in to go ahead and help with some of that summer dry down that we had has really done a good job at coming back. And I believe we're going to run the cattle on it at least one more time as fall comes on. I think that's going to be probably our best bet. I actually like the way that they cleaned up around the ponds as well. So that was an added benefit that we didn't have to work, so hard on. So, but as you guys can see, I mean, it's just a very lush pasture again. This was an area we had been cutting for hay, and now it is just it's really sprung back here to get us some good growth on it. So we're just going to kind of continue to see what we want to do within this rotation, whether I pasture this in permanently or what. But right now we're just going to keep it as is. It's done a pretty good job. So that is that's the intentions. We're probably, like I say, going to at least run the cattle on it one more time as we come into fall. Here's our hay yard here, where we've been bringing hay back after we've gotten everything done. And we ended up getting some of the red, white, and blue net wrap this time, which I think is pretty cool. But we've got a lot of good hay here, and hopefully have everything wrapped up that we need to for the winter. I think we're really close here. We're trying to put up about 150 bales, and we're pretty much right there at it. So we've got a whole nother cutting to do, and we should be able to actually start selling some. So this is our finishing pasture here, where we've actually got 7 up in here right now that are finishing out here, that are going to be going within the month, all the way to about 6 months out, or no, not even, about 100, maybe about 120 days more. So yeah, these guys, we're just finishing these guys out. They're getting grain. They got good pasture out here. Alright guys, we're back here with you again, and today we are actually taking a boar that we had up here with some of our show pigs and walking him back down to his stall, and we're going to actually be bringing another boar in, so figured I'd give you guys a little shot. He didn't like the trailer too much, so we just decided to just go ahead and walk him. All right, guys, we've gotten all those pigs out of the little piglets there that were causing a bunch of trouble up in our stall there, running up water. We got them out and just put them in a small trailer here and run them here in the pasture to blend in with all of the others. They are learning the electric fence. And again, for you guys that are watching, what we did with our fencing here for these guys, which is working pretty good. Yesterday we had two of the little ones out for the first day. They just kind of went underneath of it, but you know, with all of their buddies in here, they didn't want to really go too far. So I imagine if we had a group of them out, it might be, you know, might be a different story, but they kind of hung right in. But for us, we've got these two strands here are actually hot. The top strand is actually grounded, and it's convenient for me so that I can step right over it. And all that's done on 30-inch posts that we put in for this pasture here. So holding up pretty good. But let's go check our other pig here. Is he okay? Oh, gotta stretch these fences out. Is that a pig? Is that a pig? You okay? He was chilling in the mulch here, so he was doing okay. So we're getting down in a ring here. A little more lopsided on one side there. So some of these pigs here are going to slaughter probably within about a month and a half here, I would say. We've got a couple that are going to be getting close. So as for the rest of the little guys, we've got 16 of them out here that we put in with the others, and these guys here are going to be ready come about January 1st of the year. So that's when we'll probably be slaughtering them, especially as weather gets cooler. I'm actually hoping these guys follow me. You guys can see. Are they following me? Come on, pigs. Come on, pigs. So I just want to make sure I keep messing with the little guys to make sure that they know that the water is, well, it's clear up here. So I just like them to get up here. Come on, little pigs. Come on, little pigs. Come on. Come on, little pigs. Come on. Come on, big pigs. You guys are supposed to be showing them. So they've had a bit of water here actually laying around in little puddles and stuff anyway that they've been drinking on and stuff. Hello, pigs. We still got a group actually back here just in the other part of the little water hollow. They're back there now. A couple more pigs up this way. Come on, little pigs. Come on, little guys. We're just going to get them, show them where the water is, and hopefully they'll all go to town. They usually pick up on us pretty fast. And again, we're using the Ritchie waters. You guys see they keep digging out on me over here, which is kind of offsetting this thing. It's still sturdy, but still just a problem. You guys see these little guys. And always get a big one that just has to drink. He already knows where it's at. Come on, guys. Here. Come on, hit the road. Hey, back up a little bit. It's training session here. Come on. Hey, let him drink, will you? All right, so we got a little baby in here. And generally, that's what, that's all it takes. And usually once one figures it out, he shows his buddies, and even though they're still drinking out of some of the ponds, or little ponds, some of the water that we have from the rain, but they do soon learn this. Like these guys are already stretching up. So let's see if we can get her out. Come on, get out of the way here. Here, little pig. You too. Come on. You've had enough. You know where the water's at. Come on. Come on. Come on, little pigs. Here, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Well, that's about it to training pigs, so about as perfect as it can get. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to cut everybody loose. I know we've got a bunch of stuff on the episode, and just want to thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too, if you can, please. We're definitely trying to grow as much as we can and show the world where their food's coming from. So hit that subscribe button, guys, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.